Okay, so it has been yet another week, and where am I this week? Well, I'm exhausted. It turns out that trying to do two things described as full-time is really, really exhausting. So I wound up having to pull an all-nighter on Tuesday so that I could finish my homework that I had due on Wednesday, and I hadn't intended to pull an all-nighter, but when it got to be like 4 o'clock and I was going to have to wake up at 7, it just seemed to make more sense. So that was what I did. Not a good idea. I'm going to try to avoid having to do that this week. But at the same time, I worked a little bit ahead, but sometimes the professors just don't cover the material until closer to when the homework is due. So I'm still, I don't know, trying to catch up, trying to understand what's going on. I've been on Khan Academy a little bit because that helps me understand some of the math that we're doing in one of my classes. And I bought the book for one of my classes, but I don't know, not sure how helpful it really is. But I'm gonna go back and look at it again because that's kind of how homework works. I work on it and I work on it and I work on it, and eventually it makes sense, but I have to work on it, and that takes time. So I'm gonna be spending some time working on homework, especially on Tuesday. But I don't know. I've called out twice in the past week. I feel like I'm not doing a very good job of working my notice because we had a holiday, and then I called out twice, and it's just But like the boss kind of understands, and she even said something like, "Well, it's not a big surprise. I don't know. Maybe she appreciates me not just shutting down on them and not, just leaving." And the money that I'm earning will be at least kind of nice, even if I don't always feel like it's I don't know. I'm exhausted right now, but I'll appreciate it come December that I spent, an extra day or two earning an extra, I don't know, it's about $90 a day that I get paid after taxes right now. But that's where I am. I'm exhausted. I've been on the go constantly. That's kind of the rough thing. I've been eating a lot, so I've been eating a lot of the money that I've been making. So I'm not sure how useful it really is, although I went out for a steak last night. When they first brought it out, it wasn't even done in the middle, like not cooked. I don't mean rare, I mean raw. So I kind of had to send that one back because I had ordered it medium, not even rare, medium. So then it came back and it was still like super rare in the middle, but of course the outside was cooked. And then they brought it back again and it was extra crispy, so it tasted like charcoal, even though the middle was finally kind of sort of done-ish. I don't know if the cook they had was new or what, but the manager owner person was kind of like, "Aren't you the same one who had a problem before?" And I'm like, I don't try to be trouble, but it wasn't done. Like, I can't eat raw meat. They ended up comping me the whole meal. And he did make the comment that if you're going to pay $30 for a steak, it should be a very good steak. So that's kind of where I am. I usually spend $30 or $40 when I go out for one of those big old steaks, but they're good. They're very good. But, I mean, food is expensive, but I need to pay for it so that I can eat, so that I can study. I also need to find some cheaper alternatives to what I've been doing. Oh, excuse me. Winter is coming up, though, so everything will be cooler and it'll be a lot easier to take something and just leave it in my car. Because that's kind of like refrigeration once we get to November, December. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, the other thing is I should get my loan money coming in this week to pay off my debts that I've been running up. Some of them with student loan bill stuff. I had to put my tuition on my credit card, but I'm proud of myself for just having it to make it work. I probably should have gone to school last year. I should have when I had some savings, but I didn't. But you know the old expression, the best time to plant a tree is 10 years ago, the second best is today. So I'm just gonna do the best with where I am, because waiting another year would be even worse. I've been on a downward slope now. I've been studying divergence and convergence, and I've got to remember how to do curl. It's been a big, crazy week. And I've also been playing Rias a little to unwind. It's a game from the same makers as Renowned Explorers, and I've been enjoying it, but of course that takes 30 minutes at a time too. And my aunt passed away, which was kind of sad. We weren't close, but it's still a little unsettling. I made a trip back before I started college when I was still 18, because I said at the time I doubt that I'll take an interest in her again until after it's too late. And I was right. But because I made that trip, I don't feel, kind of bad that I didn't get to go out or say goodbye or anything, because I basically took care of that back then. Although she was very much alive and well at the time, so she could appreciate and enjoy it. So I guess that was some positive forward thinking, but it's still sad that she's gone, and I think some of the rest of my family's having a hard time with it. My mother especially. But that's where I am. I've had a lot going on this week. This video is extra long, but hopefully I'll be able to get everything fixed up, and I'll have a little bit more time on my hands soon so I can work. But right now I need to go to bed because I have homework and I have class and I have everything else, and I'm still probably working tomorrow.